Welcome. Nice to connect with you, Camillita. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic. Today, I am speaking about today.
So firstly, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to be on this call. I know you run a very, very busy schedule. And I just want to do a little bit of an introduction. Carmelita is someone she's a mentor to many. She's someone that's an investor. She's an author. She's someone that is literally changing a lot of lives at the moment. But it wasn't always like this, was it, Carmelita? Can you tell me a little bit about how your journey all started?
Oh my God, that's like the $1 million question people ask me all the time because they see now. And so when they ask that question, the first thing that comes to mind is where I grew up. I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Life was really hard. I grew up really poor. I struggled through school. I knew I was poor at the age of 5 because I would ask my mother questions about my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
And based on my surroundings, I knew we were poor because other people had this and that, but we didn't.
Yeah.
And I made a decision at the age of 5, Everseen, to be rich. At the age of 5, people think, at the age of 5, most children wanting to play. At the age of 5, I wanted to win. I knew that I had to do something else. But as I did very well in school, and when I was going into secondary school, my father said to my mother, we no longer have money. I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to finish school. Now, I'm the last in 11 children.
Wow.
Okay? So apparently by the time, I got to go to school, money ran out. My mother, however, said to my father, we will find a way. And I talked to my audience a lot about finding a way. So at the age of 13, my mother and I went on the public dump in Trinidad. And if you think of children, you see on the television, and they're digging through the rubbish just to get glass bottles to sell or just to get food to eat. That is what I had to do at the age of 13 and a half.
Wow.
Just to attend secondary school. And my mother and I did that for 2.5 months. I did extremely well. We worked really hard. I got my books. I went to school. And I just focused because I knew my mother would always be my driving force telling me, Carmelita, if you want to be rich, you need to invest. You need to invest. You need to, do something bigger with your life. You need to just look at people who have earned money and made money and follow what those people are doing. And that was my story. And I worked really hard. I got into the sales industry, built sales teams across the world, became a property investor, became an author, got quoted in Thinking Better to Women. I mean, and the list goes on, Ephrosini. I can tell you, it has been indeed a journey.
I can imagine, but obviously sometimes they say that it's not just the destination and it's the journey and the person that you become through it. But is there some points during the journey, Carmelita, that maybe you doubted, maybe you thought about giving up or something along those lines? Have you ever been in that situation?
Oh my God. Somebody asked me this question the other day, and it was amazing that they are feeling exactly the same way. I didn't feel I was worthy enough because I was black. I didn't feel I was good enough because I was a woman.
Right.
I didn't feel that I could do this because I grew up poor.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't understand, or I didn't think that I had what it took back then to be what I am today. It was so difficult. And so I had to deal with that mindset that I had of you have luck, you're black, you're poor, you're from the Caribbean, and perhaps you're not meant to do what all these other people are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to work on that, but not when I felt like it, Ephrosini. I had to work on that every single day for years. And I had to be around people that believed in my end result and also believed in my journey in order to get to this point where I am today. But that was the biggest challenge for me, was to believe all of me could do what all of me are doing today.
Wow. And when you said that, every single day you had to build it, is there something like, let's say, for example, we've got someone that's watching this video right now, listening to this audio, and maybe they're in that situation where they just feel like they're not good enough, and whatever they're doing, they keep on pushing and something is missing. what's a tip that you would give them that maybe helped you kind of break through it?
I mean, that's such a good question. My answer, garbage in, garbage out. When you are growing up in a certain environment, the environment makes the man, not necessarily who he thinks he is. The environment makes the man. And so when you're growing up in a particular environment and everything in that environment is geared towards failure for you now have to completely transform your mind, your life, your system to get into the place of freedom or wealth or publicity or, whatever your choice is. So I had to have that shift, I had a daily routine. My daily routine was, first thing in the morning, I would give thanks. Then I would spend at least an hour in personal development. I would review my goals all the time. Even when I had no money, I had big goals. So I would review those goals first thing in the morning, and I would always look at the end result. I'm amazing when it comes to goal setting. So I would set huge, big, hairy goals that I didn't think that I could do, that I needed help with. And so my focus would be first thing in the morning on those goals, last thing at night on those goals. And regardless of how I felt, I would stay focused on those goals. I would listen to motivational stuff, listen to people who won, listen to people who, who were winning, listen to people who've been through what I was going through. And I thought, well, yeah, look, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do it regardless. And I had that mindset that was in me, that word until. It's so powerful. How long are you going to do it? You're going to do it until. But you had to get rid of the garbage first. Garbage in, garbage out, in order for you to see who you truly are. And again, I looked at my own situation and I thought, hold on, Camillita, but that isn't you. That is not who you are. That is probably where you are. But that's not who you are. Who you are is that dream, that drive, that passion, that goal, all of those things that are inside that when you go to sleep at night is knocking at your heart saying, come on, you got to do this. That is who you are. You need to define that. You need to build on that. And you need to find believers in you with that. And keep doing that until you become who you are.
Awesome. And, throughout the journey, you talk about listening to different audios and reading books as well. I know that, I've actually got a pretty big library behind me, but now I've started really collecting on the Kindle. Is there a favorite book for you that you feel that book had probably one of the biggest impacts in your life?
I mean, there's so many. There are so many. But I think my first personal development book that I read was Rich Dad's Guide to Investing, written by Sharon Lecter herself. And I think that book, because it was the first book that I had ever read in personal development, was the turning point in my life as far as being in school to being an entrepreneur was concerned. And then from that one, then I read all the other ones, which most people read Rich Dad Poor Dad first, and then they go and read all the other ones in the series. I ended up with Rich Dad's Guide to Investing.
Right.
And I thought, hold on, I want to be an investor. Because that's my mother kept saying in her own little way, my friends bought 10 properties. They no longer have to worry about money because they have rental income. Perhaps, you should look at doing the same. And so I thought, okay, but that is what this book is telling me, but in a different way. How did my mother know this with no education, living in the country in Trinidad, but yet she understood the power of investing? And so that book for me was a turning point in my life. And it's amazing because years later, I got to meet the Sharon Lecter who wrote the book and spent time with her at her house. So I think that was it for me.
It's amazing, isn't it? Would you say that was an element of luck, or do you feel that maybe that was a law of attraction? You attracted that opportunity into your life?
I most definitely attracted that opportunity. A friend, a guy that I met randomly on the road, we just started to talk and realized we had a lot in common, and he was from the Caribbean as well, and we just became very good friends. So we stayed friends for the last 18 years, and he's still my best friend today. Wow. And he's the one that gave me that book, and he said, you need to read this. This is something that's going to really change your life. This is a gift from me to you. And I think it was around my birthday when he gave me that book, and it was the best gift that I had received for all the years I've been alive. I think that is the best gift that I had received, and he's still my best friend today.
Wow. And I know that you've got an event coming up as well, and it's one of the reasons that I reached out to you, because one of the areas that I'm focusing on right now is about what does it take to be a champion, whether it's in sports, whether it's in a particular industry or a particular field. And I want you to share a little bit about this event, but more importantly, what is your definition of being a champion?
Well, one of the reasons why I thought about setting up this event, because when I got into business, and I run 3 separate businesses, I'm just about to launch another. The thing that I realized in business, people were lacking the basics to set up and sustain a business globally. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea what the heck I was doing. What am I doing? The legal side of it, what do I need to do? The marketing side of it, the online sales, I had no idea. So I just set up a business and then off I go. And I realized that there were so many entrepreneurs who are in exactly the same place. They've got an amazing idea, but they have no way of marketing it. They don't know how to trademark it or the IP area, nothing. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to set up an event where I'm going to bring successful entrepreneurs or people who are successful in their own field and have been for a while, whether they're in sports, whether they're in online sales, and law, and financial literacy. And I'm going to bring these people together, and I'm going to bring them to teach other entrepreneurs what it takes for them to sustain, build a global brand, but also share their own pitfalls in business. Because it's not all easy sailing in business, as you know. So that's the reason why I set up the event of champions. And for me, a champion is somebody who has their whole life intact. So it's their health, it's their finances, it's their investments, it is their family life. It is that in the spiritual life, or what the meditation, whatever they believe in. It's being an all-rounded person that makes you a champion. A mother may be a champion because she's done very well, single-handedly grew up with children on her own. There might be somebody who perhaps escaped death in some way because of an accident and pulled themselves back and brought themselves back. That person is a champion. So it's not just about business. I promote a lot with business champions, but there are a lot of people who are coming to that event who are champions in their own right. And they just need a lift and a help. And that's what we want to do. So for me, Sharon Lecter calls me the champion of champions. Yeah, I accept. I accept.
I love it. Hang on.
That's why I do what I do. That's why I support that. That's why I help people. That's why I create what I create, because of that champion aspect of business. And I know you are a champion.
Well, I think everybody that's actually watching this right now is a champion, isn't it? Because, it's about also going against the grain and going against the masses and sitting there.
Yes.
I think that by spending time to invest in your mindset and invest in yourself, invest in your future, definitely takes you away from the masses, swimming against the tide. And that definitely is one of the key ingredients of a champion, I believe.
The majority of people that are listening have a dream. They've got something that they love to do, and they will do it without getting paid. They will love it. They do it every single day for people, and people say to them, you are amazing. Thank you so much. You've helped me. You've changed my life. You know what? That is a business. It may not look to you now as if that's a business, but that is your business. And let me tell you something. When I realized what my true business was, which is what I'm doing now, my income went from what I was earning in a year to earning that in a month. I want to encourage you, whatever you love to do, that's the thing that God has placed in your heart, in your soul, whatever you love to do more than anything else, that's the thing that you are going to do that as an entrepreneur will change other people's lives. And as an entrepreneur, it's not about the money. Zig Ziglar says if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. So it's all about you giving up service to people. The more service you give, the more money you make. So as whatever you want, whatever you love, find it. Believe in it. Learn to develop it. Find a mentor who will help you to bring it out and help you to and guide you through in doing it. And then go and help someone else do exactly the same. You are an entrepreneur. You just need to believe in who you are.
Awesome message. Thank you very much for that, Camillita, and thank you for taking the time to be on this call. And we look forward to seeing you again somewhere around the world, inspiring the many.
Indeed, indeed. You know what, Epicity? You can come with me any day.
I'll be seeing you sooner than you think, girl.
Indeed, indeed.